So Secret Invasion just had their series finale last night, and they did what I can only describe as the single dumbest thing the Marvel Cinematic Universe has ever done. And if you guys have watched me for any period of time, you know I'm not a Marvel basher. I'm a big Marvel fan. I've been a big Marvel fan ever since frickin' the first Iron Man, right? I mean, yes, they're not everything they've made have I loved, but also, you know, Phase 4 on has been pretty hit and miss. But overall, as a complete package, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been absolutely fantastic, and to call it a success is a massive understatement. Yes, they've had missteps here and there, but I have never seen them do something so incredibly without thought, so incredibly without consideration, so incredibly without any common sense whatsoever as they did with the finale of Secret Invasion. Now, I'm going to warn you guys right now, in this video, I know Secret Invasion just came out last night, the final episode. I'm sure some of you guys have not seen it yet. So I'm going to give you a warning right now that we are going to be discussing some major spoilers that happen in the finale of Secret Invasion. Nothing terribly huge plot-wise, but still a couple of big things, including one absolute major thing. And that one major thing, now that you've been warned, and for those of you who've seen it, is what they did with Gaia at the end. Emilia Clarke has got to be the stupidest thing. That, like, seriously, it was a story choice that I swear they just gathered a room full of fourth graders in and said, well, hey kids, what do you think we should do at the end of Secret Invasion? Have the good guy get the superpowers of all the heroes, and they get all the superpowers. That's a great idea, little Jimmy. Give me a second and write that down. Like, what the actual fuck?
Didn't they do that in Heroes?
I mean, but at least in Heroes, right? In Heroes, when you had the big villain, right, Sylar,
Yeah.
right? That was literally his ability. Mm-hmm. And it was genetically mapped to the brains of other people of his like, right? So what they do is they say they've got this machine that can take the DNA of any superpower, any superhero, and any superpower, and just give it to somebody. Never minding the fact that, hey, what happens if the Hulk's DNA isn't exactly compatible with Thanos' DNA? What if Mantis's DNA, who is an alien entity, by the way, what if Mantis's DNA, I don't know, isn't a good match for, you know, Captain America's DNA? Okay, whatever. They just want to say, just step into this machine, boom, you got all the superpowers. But that's not even the biggest, dumbest thing. That's not the biggest, dumbest thing. That's just a little pet peeve. The dumbest thing was this creative decision they made to have these two Skrulls end up getting every superpower, and they have essentially made Emilia Clarke God. There is no point to the MCU anymore. Emilia Clarke is now a god, period. All-powerful, completely invulnerable, no stopping her, absolute god.
So she's like a super Skrull.
Well, she is beyond a super Skrull. That's the thing. Like, beyond a super Skrull. Okay, so as the computer in the show was going by last night, they gave you a quick glimpse of who's all the powers now that Gaia, Emilia Clarke, now has. Take a look at some of these. So you got the phasing power of Ghost. She's going to have, you know, compared to some others, but she gets the DNA of Captain America, so she can do this all day, apparently. Corvus Glaive. She got the DNA of Thanos.
Yes.
Who, according at one point to the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Thanos was referred to as the most powerful being in the universe. That was without the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay, so she's got the power of Thanos. If that's not enough, she's also got the power of Proxima Midnight. Oh, and by the way, the person they now say is the most powerful person in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Captain Marvel. Nope, she got Captain Marvel's powers now. She's freaking got Thanos' power and Captain Marvel's power. Oh, but that's not enough. It doesn't stop there. She's also got Abomination's strength.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she's got the sleep power of Mantis.
Nice.
She's got the ability powers of Drax, stone skin of Korg,
Ooh.
the most powerful telekinetic in the galaxy, Maw. Like, even if they were just to say that she got the powers of Captain Marvel and the telekinetic powers of Ebony Maw, You got the most powerful being in the universe right there, alone. But that didn't stop there. She's also got the strength of the Hulk. She's also got the DNA of Valkyrie. She's got the power of Thor. And Flora Colossus, for those of you who don't know, that's Groot.
Oh, yeah.
So Marvel just decided, like I said, that classroom of fourth grade, let's get the one, she gets all the superpowers. And in one split second, they created a character in the MCU who has the power of Thor, the power of Thanos, the power of Hulk, the power of Maw, the power of Mantis, the power, it just went on. Oh, by the way, Black Panther was also on the list.
But did they give her Black Widow? Because that would really...
that would just put it over the edge.
Yeah.
Black Widow or Hawkeye. As long as they didn't have Black Widow and Hawkeye's DNA.
Yeah, it's game over.
Or Dominic Toretto.
Then it's the real end game.
If they had Dominic Toretto's DNA there, the galaxy's done.
Why didn't they make her a Sorcerer Supreme?
I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in there they said that she did have...
One thing that bothers me about this is like...
The one thing?
Not the one thing. Another thing I meant to say is, why didn't they say Steve Rogers instead of Captain America? Why didn't they say Captain Marvel's actual name? Like it wouldn't be Captain America. It wouldn't
names,
be Captain
I guess
Marvel.
if it's a military file, maybe you're using code names if they have
guess,
a code name. I suppose.
It's just like, I feel like they should just use their actual name.
Here's the bigger thing. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. And for me, Rocket Money's been a godsend. I've told you the story before about how I found out that I was still paying a gym membership from when I was still living in Burbank, California 2 years ago. And just recently, I had completely forgotten that I was subscribed to multiple music services with different apps. Rocket Money identified the ones I wasn't using and helped me cancel my subscriptions super easy. And I'm not alone. Over 80% of people have subscriptions that they've completely forgotten about, and chances are you're one of them. Like that Stars app you use just to watch one show, or that free gaming trial that you never got around to canceling. Rocket Money will quickly and easily find your subscriptions for you, and for any that you don't want to pay for anymore, just hit cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. It's that easy. Rocket Money also helps you manage all your finances in one place and automatically categorize your expenses, so you can easily track your budget in real time and also get alerted if anything looks off. So stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Campea. That's rocketmoney.com/Campea. rocketmoney.com/Campea. Rather than their file naming conventions, the bigger problem I have is that one of the criticisms, even in the best of times of Marvel, right? One of the fair criticisms that you could make is that, Marvel really does, their characters are all pretty damn powerful, right? Like it seems every new movie, this person's the new most powerful and this person's the new most powerful. Now but they literally just really doubled down on it. And there literally is, with this being, with Gaia now being there, an individual with the power of Thanos, Hulk, Thor, Odin's son, Captain Marvel, like all wrapped into one. And by the Gravik got the powers too, but she beat Gravik. I mean, there's literally no point to anything in Marvel anymore. Any problem, oh, Gaia, can you go fix this? Any problem. That's it. It's done. Like we thought they were overpowering individuals, maybe Thor at some point once you got into Ragnarok, like his power levels are starting to get, then you start talking about Captain Marvel. It's like maybe they're getting a little, and they literally now they've got this character who in a split second, oh, and by the way, instantly, without a second thought, like in a matter of a few seconds, she had full grasp control over all the individual powers all those people gave her, all that DNA gave her. And I'm not talking about like some people will criticize Star Wars The Force Awakens that, wait a minute, how come Rey knows how to use the Force? Well, I mean, maybe she's had it her whole life. Maybe it's just instinctual to do one little trick. She literally had full command over every superpower that she literally got 32 seconds earlier. But again, that part is a nitpick. It's just conceptually, to take a show like Secret Invasion, which by the way, I liked Secret Invasion. I didn't love it. I don't think it was great, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good overall. But this decision to suddenly make, oh, here, I got this magic machine. What does it do? Gives you all the DNA. Well, what if DNA is incompatible? Don't worry about it. Well, what if like I literally just blow up from putting all that in? Don't worry about it. And now we've literally got this character walking around who is a god.
I mean, I was going to say maybe they'll save it and they'll say she's slowly dying. But, you know, I hope.
I mean, look, look, other stories have done that where somebody got incredible power, but the trade-off to that incredible power is that it shortens their life or they're going to die or whatever. But literally, they've just made a character who, if every Avenger that was a part of Endgame and Infinity War gathered to stand against her, she would wipe them out in minutes. Like that's, and to do something like that so out of nowhere, like the whole idea of the harvest wasn't even introduced until the second last episode. To create a character like this in the environment that Marvel is in right now, understanding some of the criticisms they faced before, I just, you know, even with the stuff I haven't liked from the MCU, and again, I am a big MCU fan, I have never felt, even with the mistakes, ever wanted to go to Kevin Feige and say, what were you thinking? Because, you know, some of the mistakes they've made swinging for the fences. And I get it. Oh, okay, I get what you're going for, and it didn't work. That's okay. That happens. But this is one that I would actually want to sit down with Kevin Feige and go, not that I know better than Kevin Feige, because I don't, but this is the first time I'd actually want to sit down with Feige and go, what would you say you do here? What did you do? Which mushrooms did you eat that made you go, this is a great idea? And now look, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what the future roadmap is. Maybe there's some really awesome idea that they have for later that required this thing to happen now. But even then, the way they did it, the platform they chose to do it on, all that kind of stuff, to me, it just ended what was a pretty good series and on a really sour note for me. But I don't know. That's just me. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Like, maybe you think I'm completely overreacting, which is fair. I mean, maybe you thought it was a really great, creative, innovative thing for them to do in the MCU with a character that none of us have really ever cared about or even known before this series started. Maybe you think, like I suspect, that maybe they've got a bigger plan for this later down the road and this needed to happen here. Or maybe you share my sentiments on this, that you were watching this and go, where the hell did they get this idea? And what boardroom said, yeah, this is pretty good, let's do it? It's just, honestly, to me, it is the dumbest thing Marvel has ever done. But how do you guys feel about it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks a lot for checking out our video. Make sure you look at some of our other videos that we have here on the channel. Like and subscribe. And remember, we do a daily podcast simply called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.